So, hello to another craft cam. So in this one, we are going to be making a projector for light shows. You're going to need something like a cork, the old craft cam favourite, a toilet roll, pen, some straws, and a strip of cardboard. Now you can use paper that's folded over a couple of times, but we'll cover that in a minute. So, using scissors, so let's make sure we've got an adult that can supervise for young people, please. We just want to cut off the top of the toilet roll without squashing it too much, of about a centimetre and a bit. There we go. Now, if you haven't got straws, you can use pencils. Doesn't really matter. I've just cut a couple of straws down, and I'm using paper straws here to protect the environment. And there's the other ends. And what we're going to do, using a little bit of sellotape. Oh, there's the old distinctive sellotape sound. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces off. And then we are going to stick to the side of the toilet roll the two straws. Now they have to be directly across from each other. So there's one. Here's the other one. Now I'll just get another piece of sellotape. There we go. Excellent. Well, that's one side. Now, your strip of card should be just slightly smaller than the cardboard tube. And what I want you to do is to draw a number of circles using the small piece of the tube that's left. Okay, and you can do as many of those as you can fit on a piece of card. And what we're going to do inside each of these is draw a star constellation. But we'll do that bit in a minute. So, now we've got a piece of card that's cut to the right length, right width even. We're going to place that onto the tube. And I'll just balance that in the middle there while I get some sellotape. Now with the other piece of the tube on top, this is going to make a holder in the tube for the strip of card, strip of paper. So you could use normal paper that's folded twice. You want to fold it over twice so it's got a little bit of rigidity in it as you pull it up and down through the projector, but also because the light shines through and you don't get a good effect if it's too much light gets through. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so you saw there, I was able to pass the piece of card through the projector. Excellent. That's quite a simple design. You could, if you're using straws, just chop that off so it's the right length, but I'll just keep that hanging over. Right. So onto star constellations. We have Big Dipper and Small Dipper, or Big Bear, Small Bear. Big Bear leads to the tail of the Small Bear, showing Polaris, which is the North Star. And we are going to take the Small Bear in this instance and draw that onto our piece of card. And we're going to do that in one of the circles. Now you could make your circles a little bit neater than I have. And we're going to connect all those together so that we can see the constellation. Now using something like a nail, you need to get your parents' help with this one. I've got a bit of a craft tool here. Yes, similar to what you might find in a dentist, but this is a craft tool. Okay, and modeling tool. What I'm doing is just poking the hole where the stars are. Okay, and that's going into the cork underneath. So I'm protecting the surface underneath. I'm also protecting my fingers. So if you're using a small nail, get your parents to help you. And by nail, I don't mean one on your finger. I mean like a nail to hold a picture up in a wall, or something else suitable. Maybe a pin or a needle from a sewing kit might do that. Okay, so one I prepared earlier, there's our constellation. So we can pop that into the projector, and we can see there the constellation. Now, because we've got a bit of a close fit inside the projector, and you can either look through it and you'll go to a window and see the lights coming up, or you can use a torch. Okay, and I'm going to use the torch down the long end of the projector, and you'll see the light coming through. So in a darkened room, you can then hold that to a wall, and you can project a star constellation onto the wall. And you'll be able to then start learning your star constellations and testing other members of your family. And then just moving it along, you'll then be able to get to each star constellation. So on this piece of card, I could probably get about 4 or 5 constellations quite nicely, just by moving it backwards and forwards. And you've just made yourself a nice little projector. Of course, you don't have to stop at star constellations. You could do anything, making little holes in there, guessing animals, that kind of thing, just to do a quiz, a projector quiz. Quite simple. Yeah, so cardboard tube, a couple of pencils or straws, some paper. So fold paper in twice and just use across the fold. So there you go, to that, and then feed that through. And there's a projector. So let's see those projectors being made, and maybe some photographs onto the first YouTube Facebook page.